Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching my videos. Oh my goodness, Bitcoin has taken off. It has left the building. Oh, and same with Ethereum. I kind of told you this was it. This was the move, right? We didn't if you didn't get in, right? We're going to show you how you could get in, where you can possibly get in, and how you can trade this today. And also, I'm going to do a news rant that's going to be so funny. I swear to God, you might want to stay all the way to the end. It's going to be off the chain. All right. So if you're interested in trading it, you can do so by heading over to okx.davincij15.com or head over to bybit.davincij15.com. Let's get into this and see what we can see on the charts, right? Oh, look at that! Look at that! So we have broken up with Bitcoin all the way up. We've made $1,000 move, right, all the way up here. So that's incredible. Oh, I can't believe that Bitcoin just took off without giving us a chance. One day, yeah, last night, whilst we were sleeping here in Dubai, and of course, if you're in America, you were awake watching this unfold. Oh man. Okay, so what do we do? Well, I can tell you that this candlestick outside the Bollinger Band, not a positive thing. Doesn't mean that Bitcoin can't go higher. It just means you shouldn't be, as a trader who's doing a swing trade, you shouldn't be jumping in here at all. Zero chance, right? You should say, well, you told me not to come in here. I told you that you have to wait for some sort of pullback. Didn't come, right? So that you can get the maximize your entry. It just didn't come. There's a chance that that happens. And you know what? That's just the way it is, right? That's the way trading is. You sometimes you make a good call, but then it just doesn't. The trade doesn't let you in. So and you have to let it. You have to let it go. You just have to let it go, and wait for the next trade because the next trade, right? Especially when you're swing trading, right? You're waiting for the chance to put the money down and make a big win. Okay. So let's go down to the lower time frames to see what we could see. If there was any kind of chance that you could have gotten in, there was a little bit, but not much. I mean, it barely gave you an opportunity to buy, right? It just stopped out anybody who was like doing a short term trade here and just went, oh, well, I wiped you out and then went the other way. Yeah, as we're looking back over here, you can see a little bit of a movement downwards, and it was nothing. And yeah, we just could not get back to the yellow line. I would be careful. This move, right? We can easily come back because Bitcoin loves to do these kind of crazy wick back downs to wipe out the high leverage longs. So don't be surprised if something like that actually occurs. Okay, let's zoom out and take a look at the 4 hour. The 4 hour looks like overbought like crazy. Let's just take a look at some of the other analysis here. We've got lots of buying volume coming in, lots of volume. This is a very strong move. That means we can see Bitcoin actually continue a lot higher with this strength of this move. So not surprised. Now that we're above the candle bodies of the daily, we can actually wait for the pullback to that level, which is the $17,800 level. That's where you might want to take a shot at a trade from here. So you would take a shot and you would take that trade up to the 20,000-ish area, around in this area. So that's or you could just above the just around the 200 daily moving average. But I think we're gonna overshoot that majorly. Let's head over to Ethereum, right, and see what we can see on Ethereum. Ethereum, it has broken out, right? We didn't get zero chance, practically zero chance to get in on this move to $1,400, $1,400. But we still have a lot more room to run. You can see if we look left, right, this candle will get refilled. If we bring up the VPVR, you can see that it will fill this area heavily over the next little while. So please be careful. This area will come back to haunt you big time right? Over the next little while. So although we can probably head up to $1,600, we could come back into this area, revisit this whole area once we top out somewhere around 1600 ish area before we actually head north above the $2,000 mark, which will come sometime this summer. And I think we'll be in the $3,300 level well before the end of this new year. Okay, so with that said, right, how do you trade this? It's the short time frames that not on the daily time frames because you can see this candle right here says do not come in unless you want to get wrecked. So the only thing you got is the short-term time frames, right? So that you can avoid having to use, like, for example, let's just if you go on the short-term time frames, right? You don't have to worry about a longer stop loss that's so low, right? So if you're doing a longer time frame, you have to have a larger stop loss in order to keep yourself in the trade. With the shorter time frame, you can use a shorter time stop loss to get you out of the trade before the bottom falls out underneath you. So with that said, right, if you're looking at the shorter time frames, it's time for a consolidation. I would not trade here. We'd have to wait before this. We could trade this. You need to wait to see if this thing gives us some sort of indication that we want to buy or short it. I would stay away from a short right now because we are clearly in a bull run. Okay. Alrighty. So let's get on to the news that you can use before we could do that. If you're interested, you can be a part of this trading bot, right? Free trial, right? And they've lowered their prices. So make sure you head over there today. Okay. Let's start off with some good news. Well, Binance sees 12 billion withdrawals in 60 days. Wow. $12 billion. I want to say congratulations to all the people who withdrew their money and probably put it in a hardware wallet. Good on you. I want to say congratulations to Binance to having that kind of liquidity and actually holding customer funds from one to one. Congratulations, Binance. Hopefully, we'll see a little bit more withdrawals to make sure this is basically a test of Binance. Binance has passed the test, and you have to congratulate them for that. Well done. Cheers. Okay, today we're going to hear from the CPI. This is what actually, you know what? I must tell you that you should not jump into any kind of trades today on the shorter time frame because you will get wiped out because there's going to be some serious volatility unless you're sitting there watching the trade and you jump in at a lower level for a long. If it starts to collapse on you, this is the only thing you can do is just wait. Okay, I'm going to wait until the CPI comes out, and then I'm going to jump in on a trade if prices drop heavily. So yeah, you could I would suggest for Ethereum, right? You buy in at the yellow line. I would say yes, that would be the smart move because there could be some serious volatility that moves us all the way back down to the 1350 easily in this in with the CPI. For Bitcoin, it's a little bit lower, not that big of a percentage, maybe the 17,800 or 17,750-ish dollars. So that's where you'd set up a nice entry trade during the CPI. So if you're sitting around watching that, waiting for the CPI, that's where you would go. So also, guys, if this happens before you watch this video and you were like, man, can't I get this information sooner? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And how do you do that? Well, you head over to www.davincij15.com, right? And you sign up to my private group, right? It's my private Telegram group. And then you'll have access to this video well before anyone else does. Alrighty. Okay. Now for my coup d'etat. Okay. Jim Cramer comes out, right? Saying, this is extraordinary. A bailout loan from the Federal Home Loan Bank for a crypto bank to stem the run. I wish people knew how dangerous this is all getting. Not business as usual. And you can see from this John Reed Stark, crypto-friendly bank Silvergate received 4.3 billion loan from the Federal Home Loan Bank to stave off bank run. The U.S. taxpayer is now officially subsidizing crypto fraud grifts in the first U.S. crypto bailout, all done in plain view. So this is how Liberty dies. Okay. I want to know, where were y'all in 2008 when all the banks got bailed out? What were y'all with your righteous indignation? Okay, I didn't hear you crying about Goldman Sachs getting a bailout. I didn't hear you crying. Didn't hear you crying when AIG got a bailout. Okay, didn't hear that. All right, so the only reason why this bank shouldn't have got a bailout, don't get me wrong, don't get it twisted. It shouldn't have got a bailout. Now, the only reason why it probably got a bailout is because it was probably systemic. Silvergate knows how to play the game, okay? The only reason why they got a bailout is because they know how to play the game. Why did they get the bailout? Well, I'll explain it to you, right? There's something called derivatives, right? And they're also considered they're aptly named by, Warren Buffett, as financial weapons of mass destruction. And if you use them properly, you can actually connect yourself into the banking system in such a way that if you die, they all die. And once you do that, well, that forces the Federal Reserve to print the money for you. So that's the game, right? And don't act like you're complaining, right, about the game, because you set it up that way, and that's the way people are going to play. Okay? So with that said, right, these guys are like complaining. Jim Cramer is saying that this is horrible, it's worse, then it's not business as usual, trying to hate on crypto again. So making sure that you do not buy crypto, because he's buying right now. He's buying Bitcoin hand over fist right now for the long term. And remember, now that you guys, you see this big pump, remember, I told you guys, it's a dollar cost average. So if we're not trading this and you just wanted to buy, right, you should have been buying. You should have been buying when I told you yesterday to buy, because this is the time to buy. This is the point where you need the dollar cost average. Now, just because it's in a zone where danger zone for somebody who's doing swing trading, it doesn't mean you stop buying. If you're dollar cost averaging and today's a day you need to put in some money, you're like, maybe I should wait for a pullback. No. You buy on your consistent dollar cost average, because that's what these guys are doing. And they can only do that if you are selling. And so they need you to sell, because they have a lot of money. They have a lot of cash. And they don't want to move the market. So you need to get out in front of them and buy Bitcoin, buy your Ethereum, because these guys are going to pump this thing higher for sure. Okay. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed today's show. I know I did. Make sure that you understand, right, the power of Bitcoin. You share this show with people. Please hit the like, hit the subscribe. I really appreciate it, right? And I will see you guys tomorrow. Cheers.